Yep, that's about right. My hair always looks crazy. Good morning. Oh, my hair looks like a hot mess right now. um, it's like if you're a curly girl, you know that we do like a lot of co-washing when we do wash and go, or we wash and we don't wash your hair for a couple days because curly hair, it's easy. It doesn't have the sebum from your scalp doesn't go to your tips of your ends as fast, so you have to not wash it as much. So yeah, I did a wash and go with the new product. Although I love the product, it's like my hair does this part of my hair does not want to cooperate no matter how much I put it back, it goes forward. So yeah, I'm having one of those curly girl hair moments. Good morning, everyone. I wanted to thank everybody for the well wishes and happy birthdays. That means um it means the world to me that everybody reached out and was like, "Happy birthday." It was pretty cool. It was a good day. It was a semi good day. I had a start of a headache and yesterday was really bad. Yesterday I was contemplating everything in life. I think I'm definitely gonna have to go to a chiropractor or something. Um because I'm trying to do anything except getting the Botox shots in the back of my head and in my temples. I just don't want that in my body. Um, and it's incredibly expensive. My insurance only covers a small portion of it. So yeah, but a chiropractor, maybe getting some adjustments and having like doing some physical therapy will help. I'm not too sure because even at my fittest, like where I was like working out every single day, I didn't weigh out. I'm 5'9" and I was like a size 2 and I was in volleyball. I was part of surfing and everything like that. I would always have migraines and neck issues. I don't know if I did something, like if I damaged something and not know it, and then it's just like a rip or a tear that just inflames or scar tissue or something. I'm not too sure. Thank you. I bet your hair looks awesome, Karen. I think all curly hair, I think everyone's hair looks amazing. That here's the thing, like there's no one way to have a style. So I'm always intrigued when people do whatever they do with their hair. I am gravitated to curly hair just because I have it and I want to see how other people style it. If does that make sense? Like I know my sister has like these Botticelli loose curls that look like they're just like someone took a curling wand and her hair's just naturally like that. So she doesn't generally watch any videos for hair tutorials with people with curly hair like me. She watches it for people that have looser curls to see like does it look better with layers or she do the wolf cut or whatever. So I do gravitate to people with super curly hair because I like to see how other people style their hair to see if I can mimic it, and that's what I love to do. Yeah, I think I'm going to there's a really cool chiropractor, like, literally 1 block away from me, and her videos, like, when you get into her website, she has, like, videos of showing the whole facility. It looks so amazing. It doesn't look like a chiropractor that I remember the last time I went to the chiropractor, it was like a small thing inside of a Regis building where there's, like, tons of other things. It wasn't necessarily medical. Hers just look it kinda looks like a spa, and I'm like, "Holy heck, I kinda wanna go there because it looks like a spa." Okay, you need to yes, Google the wolf cut. There's so many amazing cuts. You no matter if your hair is curly, wavy, or straight, whatever, Google the wolf cut when you have a chance. It is the coolest haircut, but there are some epic fells. I don't know. I like also watching bleach fells. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why I like watching them because it's sad, but it's so entertaining. It's so entertaining. Yeah, so I think I see well, I was watching that doctor, the chiropractic doctor, she always wears really cool tights and somebody went in there for a migraine and sinuses and she did all these like manipulations in the face. She popped her ears in like 3 different places. I didn't even know you can do that. I was like, "What the heck?" So, yeah, and they did, like, a follow-up. She did a follow-up on her channel because it was, like, a YouTuber, and she said that she had instant draining. The next day, she felt really bad because she had everything draining, but she said after that, she hasn't had a sinus attack for, like, over 6 weeks, and I'm like, first of all, I need to try to get into that particular doctor because she's in Orlando, and I'm like, "I'm gonna be in Orlando for So Magical, so can I make this magical moment in a moment?" Yes, Mondragon, she's in I'm like, I keep on trying to figure out, like, do I get the courage to ask and call her facility to see if I can get an appointment, during So Magical? Like, I will Uber to her. I would I would gladly I can't. My my neck and my shoulder and my head, there's more days having headaches than not, and it's driving me bonkers. I'm tired of popping medicine like they're candy because I can't function without it. Like yesterday, the majority of the day I was in a dark room and it had to be nice and cold. Then I had an ice pack and it worked. It was so bad last night that I remember talking to my husband. I was like, dude, we have to pay for this Comic Con, and then I said something, and I was like, If I'm asleep by the time you get the ice pack ready," because he put it in like one of those water bottle things. And I was like, just like roll me over and then put it right here between my shoulder blades. I woke up and I'm like, why does my shoulders feel so good? Because I had an ice pack, well, like a water bladder full of ice, then wrapped in a towel. Like Kendall wraps things like 100 times in towels on my back all night. So I feel pretty good right now because pretty much I've been icing for 8 hours. like, I feel like good because of the ice. Thank God for the ice. Good morning, Christine. So, yeah, it just these migraines, they're not loyal. So today's plan is once I get off of here, I need to clean up my workroom and like I still have prepping to do. And over at Patreon, today's the first day we're constructing a suitcase where everybody is liking the Princess Leia and the Han Solo suitcase, but unfortunately the hitchhiker pattern is no longer available because the designer is no longer in the sewing world. Hopefully one day they come back. I'm hoping one day they come back because they had a really cool pattern that they teased and never released, and I yearn for it because it's a FOMO thing. Like you want something that you can't have. So hey, Leslie. So today at Patreon at noon, I'm going to be going over with him, and we're going to be doing um, we're going to be making our version of the hitchhiker using um the light duffel from Country Cow, and, I'm really excited about it. I quilted most of it, yeah, last not yesterday, the day before, I was showing Christine, and it looks amazing. I'm really excited about doing it. I tried something different. I had this, I don't know, I just had this weird idea, for how I want this bag to look. I just need to quilt the base. The interesting thing about that pattern, the duffel light, is that the base and the sides are all one pieces. Thank you, Christine. They're all one piece. So I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm gonna have to find the center and do some quilting. Um, so we're working on the exterior today. We're making buckles for the bag and doing side stuff. And the bag comes together really fast. This is one of the things that I love about Country Cow is that she does not play. Everything comes together really fast in steps. So today is just the exterior, and then tomorrow we'll do the interior and putting the bag together. So I'm really excited to show people how I do like one of the many ways I do my buckles, and that's what we're doing. I have my buckles ready. I just need to interface my buckle pieces, and we'll be good to go. Um, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing today. Exterior stuff. And then I'm gonna have the rest of the day off because I don't want to push myself because I have to make a bag a day starting tomorrow because I have a Comic Con right before So Magical, and that is that money is going to be partly the money I get to spend there, and I'm hoping I get to do what I did last time, purchase a little things here and there, and then do a giveaway on my channel for the people that can't come to this So Magical Florida. Um, and two, back to school shopping for the kids. And it's the last big con before Christmas, so I put like 50% of whatever I make at the Baltimore Comic-Con away for the holidays. Yeah, today's a big day. It's not that bad because we're just doing the exterior, and the Patreon team and we already did the quilting. I'm trying to scoot over so I can grab the quilting. Okay. So the way I quilted my bag, this is my bag. It's going to be a Harry Potter bag. Isn't this dope though? And yes, look at how awesome. I was like, yes, this is weirdly gratifying. So I quilted everything, and the top of my zipper panel is quilted like that too, right? So when I put these together, I just got to make sure I don't mess up. Hey, Patreon peeps, make sure I do not mess up when I'm putting these things together tomorrow, because they're going to be lining up like this. Isn't that dope? That is dope, isn't it? I don't know why I thought about doing it this way, but I'm like really excited about this quilting. Like, I was feeling like crap when I did it too. So I'm pretty amazed by it. So we're going to be putting our buckles on today and making our handles, getting the exterior done. Oh yeah, the center. If you look at mine, you can see I have to baby wipe it. You can see the tandy line right there. I use a tandy pen or a chalk pen. And the reason why I always use white. Okay, I do like I do like contrasting threads. But realistically, I use it because I know it covers up the tandy pen. That's my secret. Now everybody knows. Yeah. Deb, I totally get it. I have like 50 days to Baltimore Comic-Con. I'm trying to come up with like 49 bags. My room's going to look a mess for a month and a half. And then when I come back for So Magical, I need to start prepping for Novaween. I'm already doing some stuff for Novaween that on the works. We're talking to other people with different patterns that we can do. But like, you know how I do crazy makeup? I have like 4 ideas so far. So I'm pretty excited about that. Thank you, Deb. Yeah, I really like the quilting. It took a long time. This is Lauren's. Every time I buy any kind of hardware from Lauren, I always get the same, like this Sierra, her Sierra faux vinyl, because it's so soft. Like, it feels like butter. Like, it is so soft, and I love the way it looks. It just always looks like real leather when it's not. So we have that. But yes, I'm really excited about this. I just got to make sure, and I need to put a Post-it or something on it. I just got to make sure I put the buckle placement and everything placing where the 2 points meet, so that way it can look really cool when it's a full bag. So I'm going to be making this one a Hogwarts bag. I just have to figure out what lining. I'm going to do that after Patreon today. I'm going to get everything for the lining. But yeah, I'm going to make it a Hogwarts bag. So that could be a bag that I could take, or a bag that I'm going to put on my Patreon, my Nova's Knits, so that way I can sell. I need to put a load of stuff on to my Etsy page. Because Etsy, the more you have on your Etsy page, the more they put you in the search engine. So if I have over 80 products, I usually get a sell a day. When I have under 50, they're very far and few in between. So that's just one thing I learned on there. So you need to have enough inventory in stock, so that way they can continuously put you ahead of people on the SEOs and the CEOs. Yes, the simplistic sling is perfect for a first time sling pattern. It doesn't take a lot of material. You guys, in my video, I think it's like 90 minutes, like an hour and 27 or something like that. It does not take a long time. It doesn't even take a long time to cut. It's the front of it is like a blank canvas. So you could put anything you want. This one I use sublimation. Tomorrow I'm going to show you one that I made with weaving. And you can have some fun with colors. So like I use this nice pink tape Um, I use Nicole's Beautiful Hardware. It's a very fun, simplistic tote. Inside, you have your zipper pocket, and that has a slip pocket, and then a credit card slots. Now, and the also cool thing about this is, unlike other totes, other slings, this is all one piece. So it's not, you're not adding webbing or anything. You're having one large piece that you get to pick from when you're cutting out. And it's a cool feature because it just looks really unique. I haven't seen anyone have one long tail. Usually it's like a portion that is this big and then it's like webbing. So I like that. go for blue will be fun. So yeah, this is one of my favorites. So I use cork on the outside, and then the pink is leather, Italian leather. I wanted it to give like a real good Barbie look. This is one of my favorite ones. And then I used this striped tape that's pink that I got from, oh my god, the place in Canada. She's really cool too. I can't think. I know it's not my Handmade Space. Zipper Valley. So I got this from Zipper Valley. I was actually going to use the black and white to go off of the 50s Barbie with the bathing suit. But yes, this zipper tape is everything. And I know it's a faux pas to have zipper teeth that are different from your zippers, but I don't care. I feel like this shouldn't be a rule, because I got to use these really cool pink blush ones from Nicole against the zipper, and I think it looks really phenomenal. This is a great bag. It could fit a lot, and it comes together so fast. So yeah, you have a very big open like front, like, so you have a panel, or if you're like me, I did sublimation, or you could do HTV or direct transfer, and you can have some fun, or you can do just cork. I did cork and leather. This leather was really thin, and I didn't have to skive it, so it went really good with this white cork, totally giving me my Barbie feels. And I'm actually having I'm going to make another one in brown, and it says kin enough, because it's from the movie, like, if you know, you know. So she is everything, and he's just Ken. And then I'm gonna make another bag that says Kin enough, and I'm gonna make it in brown, and I'm gonna sublimate Kin enough on that as well. Yes, she is too. She's having some Barbie stuff, and I'm really excited about it because there's not enough Barbie things, and the movie is really fantastic, and it has some really good messages, and it's pretty cool. Good morning, Dalva. Yay! So, um, yeah, I think Ororosa Simplistic Tote is really nice. I love how it's shaped. I'm going to show another one tomorrow, and that's the one I weaved with I weaved with cotton. Loki did something. Sorry. I weaved with cotton because I wanted to show a really cool thing, because some people don't like working with vinyl, leather, or faux leather, or cork, or whatever. So I wanted to do a really cool one in cotton, and I did, and I absolutely love it. It I get the feels that it either feels like a candy corn, or a corn on a cob, but it isn't. I weaved it to have different shades of yellow cotton webbing, not just cotton, and it has like a houndstooth print if you really look at it. So yeah, this is the one I'm showing you today. So look, and then this is perfect for like the smaller ones, like, again, leather, and and a little bit of hint of pink, and then again, New Moxie's amazing hardware. Like, I swear I had to use her stuff because her blush was giving me Barbie pink, and I cannot wait to put this one up. I think it's going to sell really fast because Barbie's really in right now, and cork and leather. People love those two combinations together for me. And then the pink hardware. Somebody in my pink fam is going to want this. I love this leather, isn't it? I've had this leather for 4 years. And the thing is I didn't use it because I had a little bit over a fat quarter, and that was it. And I didn't know what to use it on, but I don't get it. Like, I got it in a scrap pack, and I'm pretty excited that I was able to use it. I know Barbie's in right now. I have a couple other Barbie things. I'm only trying to do one or two more because I don't know how relevant it's going to be for me at Baltimore Comic Con. So, you know. Good morning. Oh yeah, the strap on the simplistic tote is like none other. I'm not I the fact that it's not like cut off here and then have webbing, that this whole back is a strap, that is freaking genius. Like seriously, I would get this pattern. Alexis, don't listen to me right now, but I would get the pattern just because, right? Because I actually think this will be a cute bag too. If you don't put this on here and you put two connectors right here, this will be a cute bag. But if let's say I wanted to do a bigger tote like the retro sling, I would take this pattern piece and put it on the back of that instead of putting the webbing. This is stronger because it's one continuous piece, so there's no breaking. And then if you have a real issue with webbing fraying, this might be your golden ticket. Like I told you before, get patterns for education, for pattern pieces. They're more than just the pattern itself. I see so many times that, oh my God, my webbing frayed or whatever. This might be a good resolution for the people that always are getting my webbing frayed undone. This is one piece, and then you can make it longer or shorter, and you can make it wider. I think this strap is freaking everything. Alexis is a genius. Like she's a genius. She really is a genius. So I'll show you the cotton one tomorrow. I know I haven't seen any Barbie fabric. I've been waiting for like Mattel to put something out there and I haven't seen anything. Hey Eve, it's good to see you. The weaving one, I'm excited. This is my Barbie bag. So I did a couple like color blocking and I had some fun. The zipper I got from Zipper Valley. The blush hardware I got from New Moxie. I haven't decided the theme because I'm trying to get magnets and everything. I haven't decided the theme for the one that we're doing at the retreat. I know we're doing the Aries. As soon as I know we figure out the theme, I might do like the way I think I might do it is that the retreat opens to the public to put the deposit on August the 1st, and I'm gonna ask Sandra if we can make a private group on Facebook or do like an email chain and have maybe like a poll to see what people want, and then we can go from there. Because as long as I get what we are going to do within 6 months, I can try to get everything ready for that retreat, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, that it's a good strap. Like Alexis, I don't know if she noticed that a lot of people were, saying, "Hey, my webbing is fraying, it's not staying on." But this makes sense, and it's stronger because it's either two pieces of vinyl, two pieces of cork, whatever, and it comes together really nicely. And we all know that Alexis works on a domestic machine, so this is super domestic friendly. Hey, Arnetta. I just seen somebody making a post about the 221 for a featherweight. Yes. Oh, I hopefully we should be done with Patreon. We're only doing the exterior, so we already my everybody on Patreon should have already quilted. And again, if you do have to leave, remember they're recorded so you can watch it at another date. I'm excited for the Haunted Mansion too. I'm trying to see if I have Haunted Mansion fabric because I would love to make this suitcase that we're modifying on my Patreon into a Haunted Mansion suitcase. I'm really excited about that. I think I have some backstitch that glow in the dark, and I have Nicole's New Moxie. Whenever I say Nicole, just automatically put New Moxie, and just be like, oh, Shanova's fangirling over her again. I have Nicole's glow in the dark. I might make a suitcase that glows in the dark. I got some really cool ideas too. I got these really cool paints that are pens that glow in the dark. And I thought it would be really cool to put like, help or, something like a ghost would do. And when it glows in the dark, it also glows with like kind of like graffiti. I don't know. I have this vision in my head. I know I'm excited about the Haunted Mansion. It looks really good. And so I'm like, I'm really excited about that. I want to go see that in the theaters. I won't, but I want to see it in one of. I'm usually cheap when it goes to theaters. I'll just go to the regular one. But like when I went to go see Little, I was gonna say Ariel, a Little Mermaid. I went and I got the 3Ds and sat in the chair, and I want to take Hope to see the Haunted Mansion, and get that full IMAX experience, like when the chairs are moving and there's mist and everything. Because it's the haunt, there's going to be like a lot of little jump scares and ghost and all that fun stuff. So, yes. Oh, so with my birthday, I had someone send me a special gift, and her name is Christine. And I wanted to show this because I might do this as a Nova's Notion. I totally freaked out. My husband said that he wished he would have taped my face, like tape recorded my face expression when I did it because I was blown away. I've never seen anything like this. So Christine sent me this really cute suction thing that you stick on your rulers, right? Because I was telling them that, remember I told you that my suction cup sometimes really works and it doesn't. It has the same mechanism. This has an extra thing. Be prepared. It has a light, and it's like a bright light. So like you're cutting and you can see even better. I was like, what? This is so cool. Then you just like press it to turn off the light. So it has like 3 levels of the light, and then when you're done, you just press it off. And I thought this is the coolest thing. I've never seen anyone use that. And I am going to use this actually today when I cut out my lining. So I'm really excited about this. This is the coolest thing. So Christine got it for me. It comes with a USB thing. It's called the Caterpillar. Wait, why is that cute? The caterpillar, the Caterpillar, and it has the clamp has a light. I don't know where she got it from. I've never seen this, but this is the this is the coolest birthday gift. I was like, because I got this actually a few days before my birthday, and I was like, I'm not gonna open until my birthday. Because I'm like notorious for like trying to open up things, but then at the same time, I to be honest with you guys, my birthday was rough. I had a really bad. I was like counting the hours for the day to be over. Um, it was a rough birthday, but this was a blessing. I had a lot of sweet, unbelievably sweet messages that totally made my day. I had my migraine was starting there then, and it felt like when your foot falls asleep, but it was in my head and my face, and I was miserable. I was so miserable. And yesterday it peaked. I'm like probably at a 4 right now, but yesterday I was like at a 7, and it started off as like a 6. I I take for me a 10 is like I need to go to the ER, but it was like a 7 and 6. I feel a little better today, and it could be because I slept on with ice bags all over me. like like some like superhero or super villain, like they're like in a chamber full of ice. Like that's how I was. Pretty much how I was, and I was in a really dark room. Thank God I have blackout curtains. So I was in a really dark room, and I was listening to podcasts all day. But yeah, my birthday, I was counting. I was like, please, just I want to go to sleep. I just want to go to sleep. But this was one of the gifts I got. I thought this was a brilliant gift. Caterpillar. I like that. I didn't even notice the name. Christine, did you notice the name said Caterpillar? This was an amazing gift, and I really appreciate it. I just wanted to share with you guys because you know how much I love notions, and I think you guys do too. Hey, Lynette. Thank you, Eve. Ah, oh my God, it does. It does kind of look like the shower handles. This is like a really cool thing though. Like I was like, this is stick this on. Got this bright light. And I work in a basement, so it gets dark in some areas. So I'm really excited about this. Because like even when I'm drawing lines, if you're Monica got me this like solution that you put on back of the rulers to make them not slip. But I haven't put that on all the back of my rulers yet. So like when I was drawing the lines for quilting, if my ruler budges, then that can make the Tandy leather or the chalk pen go a little out of whack. So I'm all about that. Good morning. Caterpillar though. I'm sorry. It's the little things, I swear to you. Um so yes, that's all I'm doing today. I'm going to, once I get off here, I need to prep my strips, get everything, and then I need to go upstairs and put things together for Hope's birthday. I got her, she Kendall's really adamant about no one opening up presents unless the whole household is here, and he doesn't get home until 6. So I Hope is gonna go. Hope is a Leo through and through. Like she's gonna go back shit. She's gonna go crazy. So what I did is I went and got her like favorite little candies, her cream sodas, and all her little snacks, so that she could just sit down and veg and have everything. So I'm putting all that together, and then I'm gonna run out and go get her some donuts. And then when she gets up, she'll have all these like her favorite snacks that she doesn't usually get because I'm really strict about sweets. My kids can tell you, like, the only time they could drink soda is, like, on a Saturday and Sunday, and that's if they drank 4 glasses of water that day. Like, they'll be like, "Yeah, my mom's worried about candy." So, I'm gonna do all that, get her stuff prep, and then come back here, and then I'm going to be live with Patreon at noon, and I'm excited. And it shouldn't be that long, Christine. We're just doing the exterior, and I'll give tips and tricks. I'm really excited about doing the buckles because I get that question a lot about it, and the technique is really unique in its own, and it's always evolving. So what I did this month might be completely different what I do 2 months from now. It's always evolving into something more. For tourniquet with what? Oh my god, Sandra's cupcakes? Hope wouldn't have even a chance. I would eat those like, I don't know. I would hide them. I would be running around the house and just like shoving them in my mouth. Those her daughter's cupcakes are freaking amazing. Using a shower handle smart. Oh, the turn kit. Yeah, no. Well, all right, so for these, I started off at a 45-degree angle, and then I kind of just kept going up a little bit. I don't know. I did use a tourniquet, but I needed to see. I was using a 1.5 inch ruler that was like 32 inches long, and I wanted to go every half inch. Normally, I quit with 1 inch, and for some odd reason, I decided to go with a half inch, which took so much longer. So much. I'm not trying not to complain, but that took a really long time. There is a huge difference between a half inch and 1 inch when it comes down to quilting. So that it takes a long time for me to draw it out, and then it takes me a while to quilt it up. So I do get people asking me again, what do I quilt with? Because they say that my quilting is like really defined. So as you can see here, this is by Annie Soft and Stable. And if you can see, there is a second layer that I fuse to not here, but to my actual quilting piece, and this is Thermolam. Or you can use any kind of high loft fleece, and it doesn't even have to be fusible. You can just lay them on top of each other, and that's what I do. And it doesn't, you still, it's not that thick, but it does make a difference in how the quilting is. As you can see, it's kind of like it does bubble out. That's just something I've noticed. Sometimes if I want to be really snazzy, I'll do 2 layers of by Annie, but I have to make sure I baste everything. Like I pre-baste everything, and then like I'll fuse Shape Flex 101 around it, cutting out the seam allowance where the foam is, so that way it can sew it. Because that girl gets thick if you do that. You have to really keep it out of your seam allowance. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I want her cupcakes. Thanks, Onetta. Yeah. Those are some really good cupcakes. I know. Hope wants nothing but cake. I cannot stand their cakes. And I'm not like a cake connoisseur because it takes a lot for me to eat cakes. I like cupcakes. I'm not a real big cake person, but I just was like, I don't know. I don't like bundt cakes like at all. So, good morning. I'm not really thrilled about this, but her birthday. They were trying to make me my favorite angel food cake, but the thing is that I never taught my kids how to make it, so it came out like a brick, but it was a thought that counts. I realized that I need to teach them how to make it. I don't teach them how to make it because it takes like a bazillion egg whites, and you have to beat that bad boy forever. And I I never have enough patience to teach somebody how to make my angel food cake recipe because I'm beating egg whites, and it's just a lot. Like, I normally make that if I know I'm gonna be doing something with, like, the egg yolks, like, some because it's a lot to waste if you don't use the egg yolks for something else. So, yeah, they were trying to make me my favorite, but I'm like, "Oh, crap, I never showed you how to make angel food cake. It's not as easy as one thinks it is." Oh. Oh, the eight is it the 18 by 18? Oh, man, I don't have to I mean, I could put it on my carry-on, but like, I'm I'm notorious for breaking stuff or dropping things. I do want a big one, though. I want, like, an 18 by 18, a 21 by 21, and, like, a 25 by 25. I know, it's the thought that counts, right? Yeah, I'm glad they didn't try that because they whenever I make macaroons and I'm hitting the air, like, you know how you have them in on the parchment paper and you're, like, hitting the air? Or I have actually that, it's like a sheet that has, like, the macaroon circles, and so you're hitting the air, bubbles out of them. So you kinda, like, hit the tin without making them move to hit the air out. My kids only know that part, and there was, like, macaroons in the ceiling fan last time. So I was like, "Yeah, I have not taught my kids how to bake, and it's my fault, but I just don't baking is like a very therapeutic thing for me, and it's when I zone completely out. I zone out. I love to bake. I am a good baker. I hands down have the I can honestly say, and I'm not being cocky, I have the best chocolate cake recipe in the world. Everyone that eats it always says it's the best chocolate cake, and I don't even like chocolate cake. It's that good. But I haven't taught any of my kids how to make any of these things. So my abuelita, she cooked a lot. My mom and my dad both cooked. I don't come from a household where like, oh, my dad only barbecued. No, my dad knows how to throw down in the kitchen, and my mom could cook. Um, no, but nobody was really bakers. So when I got to college, I was basically living off of top ramen and hot dogs. Whoop whoop. Anyone else that knows how to do that? Because I had scholarships and I had grants, but I had no actual money because I could not stay within a dorm because I had a scary situation where my roommate was brushing my hair when I was asleep. So I decided to get my own apartment. Um, so I lived off of hot dogs and ramen noodles, and then one day I was in the student center, and I think the chef can tell that I was starving. I was like literally just bones walking around, and my coloring was all off because I wasn't getting the nutrients that I needed. So she had me washing dishes, and I would get a meal a day, plus I'll get paid. I would wash dishes for probably like 4 hours a day, and then it came to one day night, I guess, like, there was people it was like a special situation, and she needed helping with baking, and she noticed that I was really good at baking bread. So the first thing I made was French bread, and from there, she started teaching me. So I was in the student center cooking for like 4 years, and for a long period of time, I wanted to be a chef because I love cooking. I absolutely love it. It's, like, not stressful, it is something fun. I love learning new recipes, and I'm kinda cocky when it comes down to baking. I'm a really good baker. So I learned how to make macaroons, all that stuff, and then on her time off of work, when she wasn't working at the student center, she also was a cook on the help she helped the chef at a consulate in, San Bernardino, um, and I got to tag along with her. So and her sous chef had like a baking business that did wedding cakes, and I got to tag along with him. That's how I start baking, and I love baking. But yeah, no, my kids like take the worst aspects of baking and then they over exaggerate it. So like again, if you know how to make macaroons, you kind of have to slap the pan down to get all the air bubbles out. Yeah, my kids got had I had macaroon up on the ceiling, flying in the fan. It was in Loki's eyeball, and his eyes are big, so I mean it was a bad situation, but now I need to teach her how to make an angel food cake, but it takes like 12 egg whites. Every time I make meringue too, they just sit there and eat it. And I'm like, I'm not down with the what everything I'm so yeah, there's that. Yeah. That's the sound of the sheet. If you make macaroons, you know exactly what I'm talking about. As soon as you hear that sheet pan, then you're like, "Oh, someone's making macaroons." Good morning, Sandra. Oh, yeah, I have a really good cheesecake recipe too. I have, like, 2 that are try and true. Yeah, someone brushing my hair when I was asleep. Yeah, I am literally afraid of people. This is what everyone's always like, "Why don't you ever want a roommate, like, when we're going to one of these conventions?" This is why. I usually try to say, I like to this is the only time I can get a hotel by myself, which is true because I think if you think about it, I have my husband, 3 kids, and 2 dogs. 1 dog is my personal shadow, Loki. Wherever I lay down, he's there. I never actually get to lay in a bed by myself ever. So the only time I get it is when I go to conventions or if I go somewhere. So I usually get a room by myself, but I'll have people like, let's be roommates. And they don't understand because that girl brushed my hair in my sleep. I just do not like it. I won't go to sleep. I can trust you all day long. It's just that it's like PSD. Like I can't, you don't the way I woken up, I was literally shaking. And she was just like, "Oh, your hair is so pretty. So I just wanted to put in pigtails." I literally had one pigtail in my head. I went to the dorm person was just their mouth was agape. And I was like, I told my dad, and my dad was like, "Okay, how much do you have in savings?" And I was like, "I have XYZ." And then he helped match and he put the deposit down on my apartment. And I worked a million jobs to pay for this studio apartment. And yeah, this is why it's just, yeah, it was not the best experience. See. Oh. Yeah, my in-laws crazy cook. My in-laws are phenomenal cooks, but they're from Louisiana. That should be enough to say. People in Louisiana just know how to throw down. I don't wanna live there, and I sure the heck don't like visiting because that is a whole different level of heat and humidity. And again, I'm not the reason why I don't go to the South so much is the lizard and the snake ratio to people. That stuff freaks me out, okay? Or like the first time I remember for the first time I drove through Orlando, I was like 19 and we were going on spring break, me and some girls, and we popped a tire. And I was like, I went to the back to jack it up because my dad, at a very young age, I knew how to change tires, brake pads, axles. You'll be surprised what I could fix in a car, right? So I'm that person that used to like to take apart things to put them back together just to see how they work. Um, so I remember being outside of the thing and the cop was like, "Get back in your car. This is an area where like crocodiles or alligators, whatever it is, they come." Or like my cousins I have live out there, they'll be like, "Oh, we have a a lizard or something inside the water of our pool." I'm like, "What?" Like, no, no, sir. No. And I get it. Every state has something. Like if you're in California, you got those black widows. You put out the trash, you just lift up the trash can. There's like a bazillion black widows. Like it is crazy. And there's also rattlesnakes. When I lived in Arizona, there's 15 different species of rattlesnakes that live in Arizona, and the scorpions are real, and mice were amok. Every state has something that is just, or another person's like hard pass, you know? Like, my place that I loved and feared was Seattle, right? Because they take Bigfoot so serious and Sasquatch so serious out in Washington State. Like it is unreal how they take it. They're like hardcore believers, but then when you start hearing the stories and looking at police reports of things that have happened, then you start wondering, are we really alone? Like each state I've ever lived with had something where like Arizona also has like dust storms and like not like a monsoon. I don't know what it is when it's like a storm just of sand and dust. That I was not prepared for when I lived out there. And I was not prepared for the dry heat. Like my skin, I'm not a person that usually has to moisturize a lot, Man, I look like I don't know. I my face was cracking. I had I was like cracking and pilling. It was just not the business. Yeah, I think people I honestly I notice a lot of people who sew have some kind of cooking skills. Like some it could be doing something with their hands. You're absolutely right. Yes, you can purchase egg whites. I don't know. I just whenever I make it, I just always buy fresh eggs. I feel like the fresher the eggs, the better your fruit cake is and the lighter it is and not as dense. That's just me. You can definitely do it. You could buy even egg substitute for the meringue, but normally when I do it, I don't. I usually make something with the egg yolks, something like whether it's breads and or something. I make a good cheesecake too. Yeah, dude. Lynette, that was creepy. Shoot, and the thing is that I should have felt it because I have curly hair, so you can't just stick a brush in my hair without a tangle. She was just brushing my hair. It was weird. It was super weird. Mine's is just in literally everyone's thing, literal arts. I either thought I was going to become a journalist because I or a broadcaster on a some kind of radio show because I've always been told I had an interesting voice and I can do a lot of different accents. It's just something which I just recently found out. It's like a totally ADHD thing, like mocking accents and all that stuff. Um, so, like, I thought I was gonna be, like, some kind of broadcaster. I don't know. And then there was a lot of things. Then I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go back to school and I wanna become a chef." Didn't do that. So, I bounced around so much, like, professionally for jobs, it's not even funny. I think we do all like the same. You find a knitter, coffee, or even, like, in teas. Oh my god, teas. Like, I love a good tea. Don't I'm a big on tea, like, especially in the winter. They're at so at the last, place I did, a Comic-Con, there's a tea person, and she makes the best blend, like, a butterbeer, like, what they had in, like, Harry Potter, and I bought some of the tea stuff for a couple of friends who are big Harry Potter fans for the holidays. I'm gonna send them out to them. But yeah, man, I like a good tea, especially when I'm going to bed, but I also drink tea weird. I could drink coffee weird too, because I can drink coffee just pure black, but I'm addicted right now to the cold brews, like with the sweet cream or the milk chocolate. Oh my god, it's so good. Yeah. Oh, orange blood sounds amazing. Yeah, like if there's a Teavana or any kind of tea store in the mall, I will be there for hours just smelling cans of tea. Like, yeah, I need to get you. Like, no, I'm gonna now I see 2 people that said saying I'm actually gonna get a pen and, write this down real quick. Yes, I'm like, I've never even heard of them. Take a scrap of fabric that I have. Yeah, I'm writing it down. Because we all know that the chats in here don't like to load for 72 hours. I don't know why. YouTube be doing YouTube. Oh, I got Laura, I got my narrow foot from don't get mad at me, Steve. Steve from Sewing Gold. I get everything from him. And the thing is that I love calling him and be like, "Hey, Steve, it's me, Shem." He's like, "What's up, Nova?" Like, I get all my things from him. Good quality. If something's wrong, he will help you. Just a really good guy. Like, if something's wrong with your machine, you can legitimately call him, and if you even if you didn't buy your machine, he will walk you through. He is one of the most coolest people out there, and there needs to be more dealers like him in the world. He makes buying like industrials or things like that super easy and fun. Try from Steve. Ooh, do they have unique teas, Melissa? Like, I'm always liking unique teas. Good morning, Gypsy. Yeah. Having some what's crazy is, like, in a movie, a scary movie, there was somebody doing that in a movie, and, like, I was like, "Nope, I can't watch this. Nope, nope, nope." And my husband to this day laughs. So, because I use it as a thing, like, I'll tell my kids if they act up that when they go to sleep, I'll brush their hair in their sleep, and they're like, "That's not cool, mom." That's not cool. Okay. Ooh, NYC. Okay. I'm all about that. Yeah, Sunny Sews may have a tutu. Sam is another good sewing person. Like, when I got to meet him in Dallas, I have so much respect for him. He is such a very nice person. He is funny because he comes off like, he's very shy. You could tell he's an introvert, but once you get to start talking and he starts talking about what he's passionate about, he is an amazing person. Oh, no. That's sad. I hate when there's just too many things closing. Oh, where are they? I have these, like, oversized Q-tips. Like, that's the best. I clean them with that, and I use a little bit of, sewing machine oil to clean my feed dogs, but now I'm trying to find the oversized Q-tips that just seem to disappear. That is what I call my room. They're like cotton Q-tips, but they're like a sponge, and I clean in the inside. I unscrew my plate, and I put a little bit of oil, and clean in the inside and get all the gunk out, and then, I oil it up really well. St. James's Tea Room. Does anybody else write in half cursive and half, regular writing? It's like, mine is not fully cursive. Like Yeah, the swabs with the foam, that's what I use in my machine. They have, like, a spongy feel, and then I, like, kinda saturate it with oil, and I just kinda clean it around with the machine oil. Like, I my machine by all my machines, I have, like, one of these gallons. I'm not gonna lie. As you can see, I don't play. I'm that person that'll be like, "Did you oil your machine lately? Did you oil your blades?" Like, whenever I change out a rotary blade, I put a drop of oil on the inside to help, make sure that it cleans out any debris. I'm that person that tell you to oil your scissors and let them sit overnight and then wipe them off with a microfiber towel so that it doesn't damage the blades. I was so really happy with the new, um, press that I bought from Buckle Guys because they have an oiling spot, because you do need to oil your, presses because it is a machine that has a coil and everything. So, if you have these, I would tell you to put like a couple drops of oil here and here, and maybe even around the spring, and let it sit overnight, and then wipe it down with a microfiber towel because this is a coil and it needs to be oiled. Man, I just Dr. Seuss that. Yeah, the mini vac. I wanna get a mini vac. I wanna get a mini vac so bad because I can get into the bigger parts of the machine, but sometimes, like, I'm getting tweezers and a light just get, like, little lint out. I want a vacuum cleaner. Do not use an aerosol can if you have um, a domestic machine that's computerized. It can push dirt back into your motherboard, and it's not good. If you have more of, like, a straight stitch, like a Brothers or a Juki that's a straight stitch, more like a semi-industrial or industrial, you can use the aerosol spray cans. But if you have a computer, don't do it. I have seen so many people having to bring their computerized, like Vikings, Brothers, or whatever in there because the air sometimes, even though it does get dust out, sometimes it can push dust further into your machine. Yeah, I have alcohol pads everywhere. I double down on that because I accidentally snip myself or cut myself every single time. So alcohol pads are a must in my room. Okay. Alright, so everybody else writes like that. Because the thing is my children don't read cursive. And again, another fail mode because the kids don't have it anymore. But, like, I try to explain to my husband because he's like, "Oh, they're gonna need it to sign documents," and really they don't. So 10 it'll be 8 years in October since we bought this house, and I could tell you firsthand, we didn't have to sign anything. Everything was like thumbprints and writing out your name or typing out your name on electronic devices. It's nothing, and then they printed it out, and that's how all of our documents are. The kids' homework's like that, where I used to have to lug books. Um, I remember in high school, my schools got savvy where they had a set of books at school and you kept your books at home, but my kids don't. I have never seen them bring a actual book home to study, like, everything's done on computer. Everything's done on computer, so I try to tell my husband as much as I know he feels like the kids need to have it, unless there are someone like a card maker or there are people that are doing wedding planning and they're doing, like, creative cards or whatever, it's gonna become a lost art. That's it's sad but true, because really think about when's the last time you signed something? No one even sends checks out anymore. They're It's debit, credit, or I could PayPal you, Venmo, let me Zelle you the money. No one even sends checks out anymore. Like, even for like, he was like, "Oh, when we get our, like, mortgage," he even had to, say yes. The last time he sent a check out for our mortgages when we first got the house, everything's done electronically. So, like, yeah, but I sign like that, and it's funny because my business cards actually have my signature. It says, like, Nova's Knits. You can find me here. It's all in my cursive, and I had some younger 21, like 21, 22-year-old, and they're like, I can't read this." And I felt so bad. So now I know I need to change my cards to be just like one font that doesn't have any cursive, so that way other people know how to get in contact with me because they can't not everyone can read that. So, it's just a way of life. Yeah, I clean with you clean your machines. Don't wait and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna clean it next week," 'cause, clean your machines, it's your baby, so just keep it clean. Like, I change out your needles often, keep things clean, make sure everything keeps its oil. I usually clean out my machines once a week. I should be doing it every time I'm done with a sewing project. It's just that I do sometimes multiple sewing projects in one day, and it just so I do it on Fridays, and I just clean my machine. Thank you, Gypsy. I have really nice penmanship. That's, like, one thing I'm really good at. I write just like my mom, though. It's so scary when I look at things, cards or whatever, I write identical to her, and the thing is that if my mom and my sister were here, we all 3 sound alike, except we have different octaves in our voice. My sister and my mom have a little bit higher voice than mine. Mine's is more deep and has a little bit more of, like, the alto bass kind of to it than but if we were on the phone, you would be confused for a hot minute because we all 3 sound alike. Even just, like, certain words that we punctuate with our voice or inflections, we have very similar. It's really crazy. Even being years apart, we still sound so much alike. I didn't think you have worse writing at all, Christine. Soft Child's toothbrush works too, and the feed dogs. That's smart. I'm gonna do that. 'Cause, like, I'll be like, I use the sponge thing and it rip, and I'll be like, "Stupid." It's so stu Yeah, yeah. So if you have a domestic, do not oil it, do not put the aerosol kind of there. Get your machine, turn it in, and then ask the person how often you should get your machine maintenance. Yeah, never blow air into a domestic. Now, with the industrial, it's a little bit different because they have factions that you could take off the machine where the dust can go through kind of just one opening out to another. Ooh. Oh my god, that okay. Yeah, mine looks like I had it because I just got done with it, and, like, I have a whole pack. They're green, and they look like they just like a foam Q-tip. Those are my favorite ones to use. Yeah. and the bobbin mechanism. It's all the way how you spray if you're not spraying into your machine, but you're spraying opposed to out. And that could be all kinds of hard. So I usually don't even do it. I want to get a vacuum, but as of right now, I just use a flashlight and tweezers if I have something stuck in there. I know. I seen some. There are some mini vacuums that are look really, really cool. I seen that salty so's. So salty so's. I think the one I did the little clip thing, they have an actual, mini vacuum cleaner that you could purchase through them, and I keep saying I'm just gonna get it. I'm gonna go get it because I have never used one, but I get a lot of people asking me about it, but I've never actually used one. I didn't have to s we didn't sign anything. This was 8 years ago. We didn't Everything was done. First of all, I thought I was gonna be there for because I was telling my mom and dad we were closing, and they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna be there for hours." I think we were there for 45 minutes. It took longer for them to cut the check than, like, from the difference that we paid and whatever than anything else. That was it. Everything's e-signature, and, like, the thing like, it's they don't even have to sign out, they could do it's scary because they just need their thumbprint, or the way our school district is your kid, as soon as it enters the school district at pre-K, right? So 4, they each get a PIN number, and this PIN number they can use to buy their lunch, they can use to check out books, they can use to sign a, like, class school like, you know how teachers will be like, these are the class rules. They use this PIN number. So my every single one of my kids are associated with the PIN number. They don't have to sign, they just have to put their PIN number in. And I actually taught each one of them how to remember their PIN through a song. It's really funny. And now, like, my son, when he gets lunch because in Howard County, I think every county, but I only can speak for Howard County, no kid is left behind. So they encourage your kid not to bring school lunches and everybody has free lunches so that there's no bullying, there's no whatever. So when they're in there getting their juice and whatever, they have to punch in their code to show it's them getting it. And my son couldn't remember it. So his is like 107639. Because like he's a musical kid, so like he hums it when he's punching in his pin number. And the lunch lady's like, every time your son comes up, I'm listening to him singing this song because this is how he punches his pen. But yeah, when they check out books for the library, or if they're checking out a new Chromebook, if their Chromebook broke and they have to get a new one, they just punch in their pen numbers. There's no signing, nothing. And even as, like, a parent, like, when they come home, we don't get paperwork for them. You know how, like, on the first day of school, there's, like, a bazillion paperwork? There's no paperwork, everything's done through Canvas, and if there's, everything's through e-signature or the PIN numbers. That is it. So, yeah, I'm kinda used to it, but I know I get what, like, Kendall and, like, his parents and my parents are saying that they're not even learning how to sign things, but realistically, it's weird, like, I didn't learn how to, like, the things they can do on computers, I didn't learn, like, my kids know how to code, all of them, they can code. That's something they teach in Howard County, how to code. So, like, it is, like, phenomenal what they learn. They're learning technology because that's what the way it's going. So my kids know how to code, they know how to do all these crazy things on the internet that I can't even do. Like, I had no idea they can code until like, last year, and I was thrown off because that's something that the school teaches. A lot of teachers, they do a lot of their lessons and their syllabuses on YouTube, film it on YouTube, and they could play it in the class, or if they're sick, or have it where the kids can rewatch if they're having a hard time in class, or if the kid's sick, they can watch it at any time. It is crazy how these schools are working. And I'm always a person that believes that the one thing that's forever constant is change. And sometimes you have to go with change, not to forget what you learned in the past, but you have to be able to move forward. So I'm pretty much at peace that they don't have to sign because in my head, they're not really gonna need it. Paper's kind of like, a moot thing in school systems nowadays. It is and it isn't. I mean, they do offer it in, like, a creative art, like, so my hope always goes to painting. They have very specific classes, so my kids are always in, like, one of the instruments, like, my son plays the cello, Hope plays the bass, and Faith plays the violin. So they have that. They can choose a language, so they can choose French, Spanish, or what was the other one? One school has Farsi and the other one has something else. So they could choose that or they could choose an art. Like, do you want to work with clay? Do you want to work with drawing? Do you want to do this? So if you pick the one where you're doing with drawings, not paints, but drawings, they also teach you how to do calligraphy and cursive because that's part of that art. So, or like poetry, speech and debate. These kids have different classes than we did. And so they have their classes are geared more to what they want to be when they grow up. um, it's pretty cool. Like my daughter Faith is somebody was like, "Oh, what are you doing today?" Faith was cramming for her last test this past weekend, and it's a college course. She's in 12th grade. And her school, they offer college courses on top of that during the summer if the kids want to take it. So it's just a different time. Yes, on passports it's still doing, but you can still write your name. I've seen people's passports where it's not cursive. Yeah, thank you. Good morning. Yeah, on depending on the machine, I haven't oh my god, my brother's sewing machine, my domestic, I usually use it for just embroidery or when I'm making garment because, oh my god, that satin stitch is to kill for. Um, I don't know the last time I don't have her brothers near me. They're like, "Oh, take it to, this place, it's 100 miles away." I'm like, "What? No." I can ship it. So Brothers has a really cool thing. If you have the original box, you can just like ship it, but it could take 6 week turnaround for it to come back. Zombie I was watching, Black Summer. I don't know because okay, around this time, I like to start watching Halloween stuff. Like, I don't this is the time that I start 'cause, like, as soon as it hits September 1st, even though Halloween is the next thing, they start doing a lot of the holiday movies. So, I start watching it. So, someone was like, "Hey, you need to watch Black Summer." I was stuck on stupid on that. If you ever wanna watch a show that is pure anxiety, it's that it does not stop. So, it doesn't really go into, like, dramas like, "You left me, I love you," kind of stuff. It is just purely like, "I gotta run." It is so good. It is so good. Like, just when I thought everything zombie can happen, they do something a little bit different. So I'm on the 2nd season, and I'm hoping to finish after I do the Patreon to finish it before me and Hope finish, season 2 of Stranger Things. She's really into Stranger Things, and her favorite character is Max. So, right now, me and Hope are best of friends because that's if you watch Stranger Things, that's the when Max comes in, and she just really loves her character. I thought she was gonna gravitate to 11. Her characters are Max and Hopper. So if you have seen season 2, which I'm not spoiling it, trying to spoil it, but there's a situation where like Hopper is like getting choked out with like some vines because he finds like this hole in the pumpkin patch. Like she had anxiety. She was like, "No, he needs to get out. He needs to get out. He's my favorite." She's like so anti Bob right now because she just believes Joyce and Hopper are supposed to be together. It's really funny watching a series with someone that you've already watched and seeing their emotions. Like everyone has different characters that they like. And I like rewatching series that I really like Sweet Tooth or Stranger Things because you learn new things. Um, I realized watching Stranger Things with Hope that Will is really not a character. He's an afterthought. And it made me more sympathetic to him through the 1st and the 2nd season. He's an afterthought. Like the way he even hangs out with the friends, he's in the back. He's not with the 3. And it took Hope to say that. They were like, Will's not a character. And I'm like, oh my God, he isn't. Like so we're doing that. We're trying to get all the way through. So we're trying to conquer a season a week. So every day we watch 2 episodes or whatever. So I get really excited to watch that with her. So I'm trying to make something Stranger Things because it is her birthday. So I think I'm gonna do some Eggos and then make fresh made whipped cream and do sprinkles. So we can do that for while we're watching. I like to make themed snacks for events. I'm weird like that. So yeah, but Arnetta, I'm watching Black Summer because I'm weird. I'm afraid of zombies. I'm so afraid of it. But for some odd reason, I'll watch it. I have no idea why I like to watch things I'm afraid of, like snakes and orcas. No. There's this a horror show too that has like something called Orca Island, and Faith is like, "Yeah, you need to watch this." I'm like, "No, dude, I already can see me just being up, like can't sleep. Orcas are gonna eat me." Um, like, I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay, my mom and dad kept saying it was gonna take forever when we signed for our house. I was like, it didn't. It didn't take forever. That was one of the best days of my life. That was, like, the first time even though I had kids, that was, like, the first time I felt like a grown up. Like, it was like, "Yeah." Good morning. Yes. Oh my god, I love that song. I could listen to Running Up the Hill all the time, and anytime I hear it in the car, I'm like, I'm curious to see, where she goes in season 5. I think if they're setting me up for failure, if she dies, I will wreak havoc and cause mayhem. I just wanna throw that out there right now. Good morning, Gloria. I will cause so much havoc. So much havoc. But yeah, it's really Hope is a really hard person to watch TV shows. She doesn't like DC, she doesn't like Marvel, she doesn't like Star Wars. She doesn't like Harry Potter. Okay, but yet then she'll rep for Ravenclaw like nobody's business. Why? Why? She knows what her Patronus is. I think secretly she wants to watch it. I told her that I think she should read the books and possibly wait until HBO does its new TV series because although Harry Potter is not that old, it is old. Like, I think didn't they have the 20th anniversary from the first movie? So, she may or may not like it, I don't know. She does watch Lord of the Ring with me, she likes Hobbit more, but I think it's the dwarves and they're singing, I haven't figured that out. Um, but yeah, she's a very hard person to, like, peg down to watch a TV series with. So, I told her Sweet Tooth and to this day, she said Sweet Tooth is the best TV show she's ever seen, and she doesn't understand why people haven't watched it. Like, and I'm like, I told her, we just found out that season 3 may be coming out in October, and it's the last season, and we're already devastated. Yeah, waiting. I know. Okay, so I am I'm not too sure how she's gonna do with season 4 of Stranger Things because, okay, season 3, 1, 2, and 3, they're like 45 to 60-minute episodes, right? But season 5, they decided to make them into blockbuster movies each episode. So, um, I don't know how long she's gonna be able to hold on. Like, if you look at season 4, like the episodes are like an hour and 30 minutes. There's one that's 2 hours. I'm not too sure how she's gonna do with that. I know. I am really trying to get into Outlander, and the thing is I actually like the show, I just can't get into it. Like, I think the characters, like, all the art actors are beautiful. Like, there's not an ugly person on set. Like, it is very weird. Every single person is very attractive. Okay? Even the king with the legs, he's not a bad-looking fellow. I'm just saying, but I just can't get into the show. I don't know why. I know. Some of the new shows that are weird though, because it makes you kinda second guess. Because House of Dragon 2 is filming. HBO has them filming in Ireland. They're not affected by the writer strike, which is interesting to me because the thing is that people are gonna go and support the show when it comes out. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, anything part of Games of Thrones," but at the same time, are we respecting the writers? Because I feel like the writers should get paid. I understand for the strike. I mean, they gotta get paid. It's not fair. I understand actors put in a lot, but I feel like the actors wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for writers. So I'm for the writers striking. Like, you got to do what you got to do. And everyone that crosses that line that doesn't that doesn't strike, I kind of am side-eyed, like bombastic side-eyed. Like there are people that what Oppenheimer, like they walked in and they announced their name and the whole cast, like Emily Blunt, Robert Downey Jr., they walked out. They're part of the strike. You see all these people, like the actors that are coming together with the writers and they're striking, I have mad respect for. Same with Deadpool. Deadpool, everyone's excited because it's Hugh Jackman, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, they walked out. Like you have to support these writers. It's gonna suck for TV for a while, but you gotta support them. Oh my god. That was a thing? They that's a horrible thing. I don't ever understand that. Like I don't talk about like weird things a lot. Like, well, I do talk about weird things, but I never understand why women are second class citizens in this country. If we all came together and just decided to go on strike, the world would crumble. There are more women than men in the world. Behind every protest, behind every law, behind everything, there is a woman behind it. So I don't understand how they can tell women what they can and cannot do with their bodies, how we don't get paid the same as our counterparts. I never understood that. Because if universally we all were like, we're not going to have any more children, the world will die. If we decided to just go on strike and not be a part of any politics, nothing would move. If we decided not to work, the economy would just go non existent. They gear holiday holidays towards women. They gear shopping towards women. We are the economy. Makeup, hair, heck, even plastic surgery. When you see a Starbucks commercial, it's mostly women. I don't understand how there was a point in time that a single mom couldn't or a woman that was by themselves couldn't sign for a house. How is that? It's just I have never got it. I like Beyonce say, we won the world. We won the world, you know? All right. Well, I know patriarch for real. Um I'm gonna sign off so that way I can cut all these stuff out, and then I will be seeing all my Patreon peeps in a little while, at noon Eastern time, and I will go live for you guys so we can get this party started with our making our bags. But I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll show you the weaving simplistic bag. So, oh, if you do get the simplistic pattern bag, if you decide to get it, please purchase it with the link that I have in my YouTube video. It is an affiliate link, and every little bit helps. So, I would greatly appreciate that. So, until I talk to you guys later, Avita say goodbye.